Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to make a granny square. So the materials that I'm using this hook by Boy. It is 5.75 millimeter. Could not find my regular scissors, so I snatched my husband's hair cutting scissors because it's the only ones I could find. He'll live to be 25. Okay, and then I am using this ombre yarn right here by Red Heart, I believe. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to set up our work area by getting some yarn off of our skein. That's what I'm doing now. So what can we make with the granny square skill? We can make purses. I have made purses with the granny square. You can do blanket. You can do any size blanket with a granny square because you can make the granny square any size that you want. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to make a basic one, and I'm going to show you how to increase the size. There are a couple different ways that I have seen people make granny squares, so I am going to be showing you my preferred method because I have done both. So the first thing we're going to do, I am doing this at a beginner's level. I've been doing this for a while, but I want everybody to be able to do this. So we're going to go ahead and make a slip stitch. If you don't know how to do this, I'm doing it right here on camera so you can see. Pulled on the wrong side again. I always do that. Alright, so we are going to start out by chaining 4. Okay, if you watched my last video, I taught you how to chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people chain 5. I prefer to do 4. Now we are going to do what is called a slip stitch. I did not teach a slip stitch in the last video, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do it now. So, as you can see, we have our 4 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in this first one, we're going to insert our hook. We're going to grab our working end and pull it through. So you're going to have your 2 loops, and you're just going to pull it through the other one. You're not going to wrap anything, nothing like that. You're just going to pull your working end through both. And then what I like, you don't have to do this part. What I like to do is I tuck this under my finger back here, and then I chain 2. You don't have to do the whole tucking the tail thing. It's however you want. I'll teach you how to weave your ends in a separate video. But yeah, so you're left with a little ring. So you always have to chain your 2. So chain 2, and now our next step is we are going to do 2 double crochet. And I did teach how to do the double crochet in the last video, but if you don't know how, I am showing you here on screen. Okay, so once you have your 2 double crochet worked, you have 3 stitches. We are counting the chain as a stitch in this case. So now you're going to chain 2. Now you're going to work 3 more double crochet. Now, if you don't know how to do a double crochet, I'll go ahead and tell you. You wrap over your hook from the back. You insert into the middle. You wrap over, pull through 2. Wrap over, pull through 2. Over your hook, pull up your working end through the middle, wrap over, pull through 2, wrap over, pull through 2. Again. Now you're going to chain 2. That is what this pattern is all about. It's about chaining, double crochet, and slip stitch. If you know those basic stitches, you can make any array of things with a granny square. One day I will make a video with a bunch of granny squares showing a bunch of different ideas. But this is the first thing that I ever learned how to make. So I think that is the first thing that I want to teach you guys how to make. We are doing 3 more double crochet after our chain 2. Okay, chain 2. And now as you can see, we have 3 sides. And now we're going to do our 4th, so we're going to do 3 more double crochet. this whole pattern is worked in clusters of 3 double crochets. And to end this row, we're going to chain 2 and slip stitch. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can slip stitch into this. Here's what I personally do. I find my chain 3 and I just insert my hook into the little spot. So let me try to show you a little better. So here's my chain 3 right here. So that little hole, I just slip stitch into that. Or you could slip stitch into the very top if you wanted to. So now we are going to chain 2, and we are on our row number 2. As you can see, we have a little square. So now we're going to have another row. So now we are going to flip our project over and start right here in the corner. So we are going to do 2 double crochets right in this hole right here. Okay, now we are going to do chain 2. And in the same hole that we just put these in, so right here in this hole, we are going to put 3 more double crochet. I just now realized that my TV is on in the background, so please don't mind that. I'll try to get the sound to not pick it up so well in the edit process, but we'll see how that works. Okay, now that we have that other corner, we are going to chain 1, because you only chain 2 when you're on a corner. So we're going to chain 1 in between this cluster and the next. So now we're going to work another corner in here. So we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all in this same hole. And that is what that looks like. So now we're going to do chain 1. Do the same thing in this one. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And following what we did here, chain 1, and we are on our last corner. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now to end, we're going to chain 1 and slip stitch into this chain 3. Chain 2. Our tail is here, but if you turn it over, it looks a little bit better. And we have row 2 of our granny square. Now, this row is going to be a little bit different because you are working more than just corners. So let's go ahead and work this row together. Okay, so we did want to go ahead and flip our project. We're going to work 2 double crochet into this hole. Chain 1, and now we're going to work a corner into this hole right here. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. chain 1, and now we're going to work 3 double crochet into this hole. So the hole right in the middle, the big hole, we're just going to do 3 double crochet into that. And that's all you really do in that hole. Now we're going to chain 1 and do a corner. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And as you can see, my yarn is getting a little bit lighter right here. It's not like incredibly lighter, but it is starting to change the color just a little bit. This ombre yarn makes a really, really, really pretty baby blanket. I got the same yarn in the blue color. It was like an ocean. It was really pretty, and it was like a really pretty ombre once I got it finished with the pattern that I used, which I will be teaching you guys how to do that at some point. It again is a very basic stitch like the granny square is, so that will be in a soon upcoming video. Okay, once we've got our corner done, chain 1 and 3 double crochet into the hole. And that is what you're going to do on every row. You're going to put 3 double crochet into each hole. So when we go up a row, if we look right here, instead of the 1 hole, we now have 2. We add a hole every row that we go up. So the next one will have 3, the next one will have 4, things like that. So we put 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and then of course we do our corner stitches. That is how you make it that is how you make it as big as you want it. You just keep going with the pattern, and you can make these as big as you want. So I'm going to end up making 3 of these, and I will show you how to put them together to make a purse. And then I will show you how to put some together to make a blanket. Those will probably be worked in a different color set, but I am going to make a video making some of those that I have planned, and then showing you how to stitch them together to make a blanket. And we are also going to do a border together, so that is in my upcoming videos. This one, like I said, will be making a bag that I am likely going to gift to somebody. Since Christmas is coming up, I like to do a lot of crocheted gifts. Everybody that I live with seems to really like them, so I will be making a lot of those. I do have a person in mind to give this one to. So as you can see, I'm just working the pattern as I go. And back over to my corner. After every cluster, you've got to remember to do your chain 1. And in every corner, a chain 2. You can do a chain 1 in the corner, but I find that it doesn't really, I find that it's too tight for me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't curve like this does as well. I don't think there's like enough room for it to curve. Okay, now we're back to our beginning. I already chained 1, so I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch, and we have our row 3. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end the rows, because like I said, all you do is you do 3 stitches in each of these holes, chain 1 in the middle, and then you do your corners, and you just keep going until you get it as big as you want it. You can make a blanket with this, you can make shirts with this. I mean, you'd have to wear something under it because the holes, but you can make shirts with this. You can do any number of things with this stitch. That's why I love it. It is very versatile. So yeah, let me show you how I tie these off. So what I do, I always chain 1 because it secures your work. So then I just kind of hold it like this. I let it, this chain, I pull it up just a little bit. Then I cut the yarn about 1 inch away, so about like that. Then I just pull it like this, and then I pull tight to secure it. And that is how you just pull tight to secure that, and that's it. You have to weave this in later when you finish your project. I mean, you don't really have to, depending, but it's better to weave these in, because if you leave it long and weave it in, it's not going to come unraveled like it would. Because if I were to cut this off right here, it would completely undo my work. I actually had somebody buy some pot holders from me that were like this, and I had done them a little bit different. I did it to where I had the corner was where my string was, right here. It was like right here. And they cut it off real short because they didn't want it there, and I had put it on there so they could hang it on the wall is what I did, and they cut it off, and it all unraveled after I warned them not to. So I had to fix that. But yeah, that's how I do my granny squares. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you have any questions or anything like that, I would be more than happy to read them and respond. So yeah, make sure that you like the video. I know you can't see my thumb. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more crochet content. I have a lot coming your way. I'm actually getting ready to film another one while I sit here with the same yarn, so stay tuned for that, guys.